Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV and a new edition of our online virtual interview series. We want to talk today to Maple Gold Mines, and Matthew Hornor, the CEO, is here with us because they reported a real outstanding drill hole here. Matthew, good morning to Canada. How are you doing?
Good morning. Nice to see you again, my friend.
Yeah, nice to see you, Matthew. Looking good, looking young and fresh. That's perfect in those times. Be in good shape, and you look like your hole today. I must say, it is outstanding. I'm totally happy as I'm a shareholder of the company. Of course, I should disclose that first. And 132 meters of almost 1.6 gram gold. That is outstanding.
It's one of the best holes I think reported by any company in this season, and definitely the best hole I think we've ever seen at this project.
Yeah. So fantastic. How did that come? Of course, you drilled the hole, but I think you drilled it with your joint venture partner together, right?
That's right. So it's due to the collaborative nature of the relationship with Agnico Eagle. Of course, our VPX Fred is the general manager, as I can remind you that. Mm-hmm. But it's just going great. And we work in concert with them. We speak to them a few times a week. Mm-hmm. And, it's always good to bring in a new set of eyes to help think through how you unlock the potential and what I like to call crack the code of the project. So we're getting to the point where we're really cracking the code on this thing and will unleash its full value potential going forward.
Okay, super. So what does it tell you if we put this a little bit into the perspective? I would say it looks like to me that it will probably expand the existing resource at the Nika zone, and as you wrote, both in pit the area up of the hole DO21282X and below the pit as approximately by 35% of the intersection. So what do you think could this hole lead to?
Well, good question. I really like the fact that this hole shows us that the continuity of, a couple of years ago we drilled a hole 282 or 281, which was 50 meters of 177 at about 300 meters downhole, and this shows that we have a significantly wider. Higher grade, and in this case, shallower zone of gold mineralization. So it's just rounding out that what will be the Nika, ultimately Nika open pit, we think, project. This was in a broader envelope of mineralization of a couple hundred meters of 1.28. So it's just continuing to show the continuity of this area as we get to the point where we can link up this with the main porphyry zone. It's open in multiple directions, including up dip at shallower depths and below the conceptual pit floor. So all of these things lead us to be very, very upbeat and very happy about what we've just put out to the market.
Super, I can imagine that. And also, I think what is interesting, which I read in Fred Speitel's commentary, is that it is contains a nearly continuous gold mineralization. I think this is also super important because sometimes you have high values, but on, let's say, a short intersection. But when you have a real long intersection with continuous mineralization, I think this makes it really valuable, right?
Correct. If you walk off 2 American football fields, that's the size of the envelope here, which is not a short area at all. I've seen other results come out recently in with other companies where they have really high grades over half a meter, but they're 900 or 1,000 meters deep. That's hard to get to, and it's expensive to get to. And some of those work ultimately, and it's all good if you find gold. That's the name of the game. But we're showing here something that's very highly continuous over a broad intercept, and that's how you get something really underway on the project scale. So, I think this just again it's a testament to all the hard work and 4 years of grinding away, trying to unlock really what the potential is, understanding the rocks better and better. And there's a whole area zone to the east and west from there that has yet essentially undrilled, that we're going to be expanding the drill program to reach. And this is the second hole only of 22 holes that we've reported. So watch the space. Many, many more assays to come.
So that would be my next question. What would be the news flow in the next weeks and months? How many drill holes you have to report? How many meters? So what can we expect? Because I think this is just the start of something big.
Yeah, we have 20 more holes. We did 22.
Wow.
So the assays were, held up. It's frustrating for shareholders wanting results. I get it, and I am a shareholder. I care. So we have to call the labs and push them. But when you have results like this, I mean, actually, the result, our first hole had quite interesting higher grade hits. Also in a great area over nice intercepts. So that was the first. This is the second, and they'll continue. And we're doing our best to get the assays out as quickly as we can. It's starting to come a little bit more quickly. But over the next weeks and months, you'll see more assays coming out to show all the results from all the different sections, all the different areas that we've been looking at this program. And then there'll be further information about Geological, which I love as much, at least, as I do Douay. They're both fantastic projects for different reasons. But you're going to start seeing more information about the historical intercepts at Geological and a more clearly defined picture of, in a 3D format, what that project was and is and what could be. And then, of course, the second half of this year, you'll have the resource estimate update, which will include 20,000 meters of drilling, which is last year, from last January, February, where we were getting into the pandemic, and I decided just to go forward and punch it and do the drilling, even though everyone said, you're crazy, now's the time to be scared of the world and batten down your hatches and do nothing. I said, no, we're an exploration company first and foremost. We can't be afraid of drilling, and no matter what's going on in the world. So we were right to go ahead with that, because that led to increased interest as the gold tape started taking off last May. And we had something to show the world. My expectation was that if we're right and we have something to show, the timing will be perfect. If we finish the drill program as we did mid-April last year, I think that we were told to shut down around that time. If we end then and then we have the results out by May, then if the gold tape's taking off, then a lot of things would have become possible. Thankfully, we were correct. We got a little bit lucky, but we were correct. We had news to put out to the market just as things were taking off. And last year we had the second best ever set of drilling. This is now the best set of drilling. So we're getting better as we go year on year, and Fred Speidel and team are doing a great job. So it's nice to be lucky and good at the same time. And, hard work, meeting opportunity is kind of what we're talking about here.
Okay, so I could imagine Agnico Eagle is quite happy as you are partnering with them. And I saw also the Agentis Capital Group. It's called Grace Prospects. I think it's a really independent group. That is important. I think you did not pay anything for that. They brought out a research where they say 10 million ounce potential on Quebec's productive Casa Berardi break with partner Agnico Eagle. So is this like something, let's put it into perspective with that drill hole and the hole you had last year. Is this really let's call it the targeting why Agnico finally stepped in?
I can't put words into their mouth, but
no, of course not.
This is what I've been looking and why I got involved 4 years ago, Jochen, is because I saw this potential along with David Broughton.
Yeah.
You and I have met at various locations to talk about this with him, etc. Michael Gray is a very well-respected analyst. He was with Macquarie Bank, and I think he's followed by all the industry leaders, the mining industry leaders. A very serious individual. He did an extensive amount of work on our story, on our project, and it was completely independent research from them. It's initiation covered. He goes, he'll put a a target price on the company, and it'll move in that towards that direction. I expect they'll have more research out of other institutions coming out in the next few weeks as well. That would be my guess. But yeah, the context of what he wrote about, we made him look good pretty quickly after him putting out a nice research report to show where we're going. So his timing was really good. And, everything we do along the lines of moving this project forward and showing these larger intercepts helps to prove the thesis that this will become, we believe, one of the, if not the biggest gold mining projects anywhere on the planet. I mean, the footprint is larger than Malartic itself. So if we're successful in drawing a line around the Douay space, and then you add on the Joutel project as well, things start to really get interesting. So keep in mind, we have a very healthy treasury. We've already built the camp. We have, we're moving to look at some ESG components for the company, looking at bringing on some electric trucks. I love these Ford F-150 electric cut trucks to round out that aspect of our story. So we're doing a lot of things that are not typical of some junior mining companies, but I think are very helpful and meaningful as we drive this forward, because we fully expect to be, re-rated in the short and medium term, and then things get really interesting.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think also the next target should be closer to 80 cents to $1 for your share. That's for sure. Especially if you bring out 2-3 more of that holds. let's pray for that and keep fingers crossed.
Everybody always wants more. I mean, even if you come out with, I would challenge you and your group to find this season a better hole from another competitors. I haven't seen it yet. There's some stellar holes out there also, but I don't think I've seen anything better than this from any of the other names that I even own as a shareholder. Yeah. So I'm kind of impressed.
As we see a lot of news flow coming up now, and yes, you have approximately 20 holes still to come up, you said. So what would be then the next immediate step in the summer drill program?
Well, this program has been completed. The next program would start in the early fall, as we look at all from this program, and then we incorporate that into next and into the fall, and we look at what may be drillable at Joutel and further drilling at Douay. So, if just to remind the audience, at our project, it's in certain areas it's better to wait for the cold. There's certain areas that are higher and drier that we can get after during the summer months. But this is the biggest part of the season. I like having drill results coming out during the summer months. When a lot of people are drilling now, we're actually going to be putting out results because we've just completed our drilling. So it's a little bit of a shifted timeline.
Okay, super. So lots to do, lots of work. You are fully financed. That is the best news also in addition, I would call it. And I have a good feeling that we talk quite soon, just before the summer break, I would say, because when you have that many results out, we talk at least in the next 3 to 4 weeks, I would say, Matthew.
Yeah, and keep in mind too, we brought on somebody I've known for a long time, a banker, ex-Macquarie, Kieran Tankar, and that was for the purpose of driving some very, very accretive, what we believe, M&A conversations, where we know that there are undervalued and underloved projects in various organizations that we're looking to move on if the terms are right and that makes sense, and it drives. It's an accretive for our shareholders. So watch the space for that as well. Not only are we driving 2 incredible projects with our partners, Douay and Joutel, we're expanding and making those better, but we're also looking at other projects that we would own 100% outside of the joint venture project. So a tremendous amount of, I think, very compelling news flow over the next weeks and months, and it'll keep your audience, I think, entertained.
Super. And this combined with a rising gold price, as I predicted, what can go wrong?
Well, you and I together are. I mean, how can you pump that much capital into the system and not have gold and other commodities go up? I mean, it's just not. I mean, yesterday I saw Peter Grosskopf. I LinkedIn retweeted or posted some. I can't remember what I did, but he was making the very obvious case that when you have this much money coming in the system, mathematically speaking, the value of real things has to go up because the value of the dollar is going down, other currencies are going down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not theoretical; it's mathematical.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going to hit the world and the industry. We're already seeing it with real estate and home prices going up and all the rest, and copper is moving up and silver is going up and gold is going up.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen in a very, very quick cycle. I mean, we're slowly notching up to 1900, but I think there'll be a gap up in the gold price when people go, oh, crap, this isn't getting any better anytime soon. We trillions of dollars of new dollars in the system.
Yep.
And that only means that the price of gold goes up. Has to. And it's going to happen in a really dramatic way. And then you and I will be drinking pints of nice German beer and sausage, laughing about it. It's sometime in the fall when we do an actual roadshow. We should do that again. Go through.
Absolutely, and don't forget the good schnitzel in Stuttgart.
I love that.
Super.
I love that.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely. We have to do that, Matthew.
Please book us now for that roadshow. We're doing
Okay.
a couple of different conferences upcoming. But, the one with you in Germany, speaking to all friends and big gold funds, is definitely on the list. So make sure we're I'm giving you the go ahead right now. Let's do this.
Okay, super. We will do that. Great. Matthew, thank you very much for the update. It looks all fantastic, and I wish you all the best. And as said, I think we talk before the summer break, definitely.
Definitely.
Super. Thank you very much, and bye-bye to Vancouver. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Matthew Hornor, the CEO of Maple Gold Mines, and you heard it. The best hole ever drilled here for the company in the Douay project, and also the company is fully financed, has Agnico Eagle as a partner. But not only the Douay project looks fantastic, it's also the Joutel project, and yeah, with the new personnel, probably the M&A activities might also get more active. And I would say a lot of news flow is coming out of the company. And when I look at Matthew, I have a very good feeling that the next holes will also not be really bad. And I would suggest that you really keep an eye on that company if you not own it already. And if you do not own it, you really have to do some research. I'm a shareholder of this company, and I'm really happy because Matthew has really delivered now. And I have a good feeling that they will deliver also in the future. So good signs here. Gold looks good. Maple looks good. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.